Today is the day that the sun stops. Kind of. Let me explain. An event will happen that has been celebrated
for literally thousands of years.
in Egypt. It coincides with the flooding of the Nile, which allows them to plant their crops. In ancient Greece, societal rules would be thrown right out of the window in a festival celebrating their agriculture god, Kronos. Here, often you would see the slaves join in on the merriment, and sometimes even the masters would be serving their slaves. A couple hundred years later, the Romans would be celebrating the function of Vestalia, which was dedicated to the Roman goddess Vesta. Here, married women would often make sacrifices in the temples in return for blessings for their families. There is a lot more associated with this event, but enough of history for now. Today is the June solstice, and that's probably a cue to tune out, but hear me out. The June solstice is also known as the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, where it is the longest day of the year as well as the shortest night of the year. This, of course, is flipped in the southern hemisphere, where it is the longest night and the shortest day. And in the south, the June solstice is known as the winter solstice. And all of this because the tilt of the earth. The summer solstice happens when the earth's tilt towards the sun is at its maximum 23.5 degrees. This means that the sun is directly above the Tropic of Capricorn, which is also 23.5 degrees north. Many cultures consider it the start of summer, some the midsummer. However, scientists these days use temperature records rather than the tilt of the earth and the solstice to determine the seasons. Regardless, many cultures continue to celebrate this day, all the way north in the Scandinavian countries where they call it midsummer, and all the way down in the south in Peru where it is known as the function of Inti Raymi during their own winter solstice because they are in the southern hemisphere.
Did you know that on the summer solstice, the sunrise and sunset aligns with Stonehenge? Check out this footy. Hey, wait a second, laddie. What do you mean when you said that the sun would stop on this day?
Well, that's actually a fair point because otherwise this entire video would be clickbait. So basically, the word solstice comes from Latin, where sol means sun and stitium means to stand still. And this was due to the fact that around the time of the June solstice in the northern hemisphere, the sun, as it tracks across the sky, highest it goes appears to be constant for a couple of days, and then it starts tracking southwards again, like it becomes lower, 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 all the way down to the winter solstice where it's at its lowest. So yes, that's what it means that the sun stops. Its northern ascent stops. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. See you in the next video.